Go. All right. Hey, everyone. This is Robert. Thank you for tuning into Station Square. And I have a lovely special guest with me. And I'm pretty sure that she needs no introduction. I mean, she's on Brad's. She's on this new show called Alice in Blankland. You might have heard her voice for stuff for Momo. Like, literally, the resume just is pretty crazy. So, this is Brenna Thornton?
Yeah, you got it. Don't worry. Honestly, a lot of people can't get my name right. The worst I got was Brandon. So you're fine. Brina's fine. I don't care. Hi, everyone. My name's Brenna Thornton. Thank you for having me, Robert. I'm super excited.
I know, yeah, it's kind of something that I've been planning for a while, but life and stuff just life just be life, and man. That's all I gotta
Yeah.
say.
No, I felt so bad because I know you messaged me about doing this a little while back, and I was like, yeah, sure. And then I got super busy, and I was like, I'm here now. So,
Yeah, because I by the time I messaged you, I'm like, okay, sure, I'm ready, and then
and
stuff
then we
came up
both
on my
got
end.
busy. Yeah, we both
Yeah,
got busy. We're like,
but it's really good though because yeah, we kind of got quite a bit of stuff to discuss here.
hmm.
And yeah, I'll probably share some stuff during recording, which I know people are probably going to be sick of me just saying, being like, oh my God, you're just talking about your stuff again. Don't care. My podcast, deal with it.
Yeah, no, this is about us. There's only me and you in this room. So
Room
yeah, in the room.
quotation. Yeah, in the room.
La room.
So yeah, I just usually when I do this type of interviews, I'm just like, how did you do this? Blah, 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 blah. But thankfully though, I did my little background research and stuff. But before we actually get to that, yeah, since we're in September, which is oh my God, September. Wow, I cannot
I
believe it.
know. The year went by
Dude,
way too quick.
I know, yeah.
Ugh.
So I know both of us, you're still in LA, if I'm not mistaken.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like around LA and OC, and yeah, like I'm actually like close to like Buena, yeah, like Anaheim, yeah, that area. So like
Oh,
nearby
no
Buena,
way.
like Knott's Berry Farm at Disney. Yeah, that's a little fun fact about me. So yeah, but I've been born and raised here all my life. But boy, yeah. So I guess my first question that I usually ask is like, yeah, 2025, especially for us here in LA, kind of started off with the bang, so to speak. And for those that might already know what I'm talking about. Yeah. We're doing okay. We're just doing the best that we can, just trying to rebuild what we've lost in January and what we're still dealing with right now. But
Yes.
it's pretty crazy. So that's why I'm just like real world stuff. Like my heart goes out to anybody that's been affected by, the fires or any of this other crazy nonsense that we're still dealing with. Yeah. I mean, I'm just happy that we're still here and we're just continuing to just be crazy gremlins that we are. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, how is your 2025? Because I'm just kind of curious how your year has kind of been, in spite of everything, all the chaos of
Well,
everything.
amidst the chaos, I had my
Yeah.
own chaos happening on my end. Um,
Mm.
I was dealing with a lot of like mouth stuff. I had to get my wisdom teeth removed, and I was in
Oh,
so much pain. It made an infection in my mouth.
oh my
Yeah, my bottom wisdom teeth were so impacted that it created an infection, and I started getting like a bunch of cavities.
God.
I
Ooh.
had like four root canals, and I was just in so much pain. Like it got to the point where like I'd be recording in sessions, and then the right side of my face would go numb, and I'm like, this is so great. And then so I kind of put a halt on voiceover for like pretty much majority of the summer, and then I got my wisdom teeth out, and I immediately felt so much better. Oh my gosh, it was a really quick recovery for me, thank goodness. And because like my bottom wisdom teeth were so impacted, they had to saw through my jawbone, so that was fun. So I'm all good now, though. I'm good. So that was my 2025, just recovering from that and then just getting back into the swing of things. So uh yeah, I think I started really picking things back up like around January, February, March, April, May. I think
I
like
know,
around
it's like,
June. I know, I'm like,
how
June.
many months are we in left? Yeah.
I know, like it's crazy. Oh gosh, this year went by way, way fast. I was like, no, slow down time, please. But yeah,
Yeah,
I've started getting back into
please.
the groove of things. So yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, thank God you're doing a lot better, but yeah, definitely do not want a root canal or have to get those cavities filled up. Trust me. That's why you gotta like. Now I'm just somebody who is okay. I'm all about like dental hygiene. Just take care of your teeth because you don't want to get them filled in. Trust me. I don't want to get too graphic on here, but one time, when they had to like, because you know when they're supposed to numb you when they're trying to fill up those teeth of yours,
Yeah.
they didn't one time, and yeah, pain the entire afternoon, the whole entire day. I was like, I don't know if they forgot or they just didn't think about it, but yeah, it was, and I don't think we even brought it up neither. So yeah, not a fun time. And I think it was during the time that I just started. I mean, thankfully, I wasn't at the place where I'm just, doing a lot of this other stuff going on. So I think it was around the time that I just started. And I'm just like, oh, no, I don't think I can. Oh, I want to give this voice acting thing a shot, but I can't because my tooth is in so much pain. So I'll just be
Hmm.
like, okay, maybe just wait like a few days and then just go ham. So that I
Yeah.
think that's kind of a little bit of my VO origin story. My tooth was in pain, and then right as I got started, like I had to wait a few days, and then I was just able to get a mic and just, you know, start follow my gut and just pursue this.
Yeah,
So
that's
that's my story.
awesome. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. And then also, I guess since we're on the subject of 2025, so mine's has been really chaotic, a lot of ups and downs. It was like a big old roller coaster. I think it's pretty much the same for everyone. A lot of good, a lot of bad. But so far, I'm at a place in my life where I'm just really happy that I survived the bad stuff that happened. And trust me, there's a lot that I have yet to get to that I'm not going to mention on here. But yeah, it's just. I'm just really happy that with the stuff that I am booking more, like doing a lot of more audiobook auditions that I've been receiving and just, doing a lot more voiceover stuff. I mean, most of the work that you're doing is auditioning. Whether it's auditions or just doing long-term, like anything, as long as you're really pursuing what gives you so much joy, then that's really what matters?
Yeah, auditioning is 90% of the job, honestly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for you, because I know a little bit about your background and journey, because when you started out, I think, if I'm not mistaken, you were studying marine biology and then you just kind of stumbled into like, I want to do theater, but uh yeah, and then voiceover just kind of came along and it's like, okay, you know what? Maybe this is for me after all.
Yeah. Well, since I was a kid, like, as a child, you have like multiple dreams and everything. And being a dolphin trainer or just being in some kind of environment that involves like dolphins, because they're my favorite animal, was like the dream for me. And because I would go to SeaWorld, and I know SeaWorld doesn't have like the best reputation, but I was a child and I would always go see the dolphin show and everything. And I'd be like, oh my gosh, like I wanna do that. I was to the point where I had like a dolphin trainer Barbie. Like I loved it so much. And so I was like, okay, that's my dream. But also I would like to be an actor too. That would be fun. But something in my brain like told me that being an actor kind of, it's so strange. Like as a child, you wouldn't think that. So I don't know what was wrong with my brain thinking that like, oh well, being an actor seems kind of unrealistic. That does not sound like childlike at all for a child to say. But I kind of just like kind of buried that a little bit, and I was like, it would be nice, it would be fun, but I'll pursue this. And when I was in high school, I really wanted to do theater, but my family is very sports oriented, so I did a ton of sports, and I would go to like my friends who were in theater. I'd go watch their theater productions, and I'd be like, I want to be in that so bad because it just looks like so much fun. All the hard work and everything. I love like the play productions and all the like props that they make and everything. And I'm just like, I want to be in that so bad. Um, and it wasn't until like I was going to pursue marine biology. I'd already taken my classes and stuff like that for it. And that when I graduated, I was getting close to graduating. And me and my best friend, her and I were reconnecting after a while. And she just randomly sent me this casting call because we were just goofing off. It was like super late at night. We were goofing off on the phone. She's like, "Hey, look at this casting call thing I found." And I was like, "Oh, that's cool." And then she's like, "Do you want to like audition just to see what happens?" I'm like, "Girl, we don't even have the equipment for that. Are you sure?" And we said, "You know what? Okay." So with my iPad, my Apple earbuds, and iMovie, I recorded an audition in MP4 format. It was a video because I knew nothing about MP3 or WAV files or WAV. I don't know how people say it. And just submitted it off, and they were actually interested in me. And then I ended up booking it, and I was just like, oh, I was like, I didn't
Oh,
think that was going to happen. It's like, wait. But I found that I was having a lot of fun with it. And then it opened my eyes to like this whole new community. You know, when you think of an actor, you typically and unfortunately don't really think of voiceover. That's not the first thing that comes to your mind. You think of like the stuff you're able to see. Whereas in voiceover, you're so immersed in the story, you don't even think that there's people behind the voices or anything. So just seeing that there was a whole community behind this and a whole separate branch of the industry in that, it was so cool to me. And just seeing so many people come together and make like fun audio dramas and stuff like that, I was like, oh my gosh, this seems like a lot of fun. And then I just started getting into the groove of it, and then I was like, okay, it was all during COVID too, so I was like, okay, I think this is what I want to do. It's cool that I have marine biology knowledge, but I think this is what I want to do. So, and
yeah.
that's how I'm here.
Yeah. Kind of a silly question, but would you say that your knowledge of marine biology kind of helped you just take those skills into VO in a way?
Wait, what do you mean? What was the question?
Like for marine biology, because you studied it, but then you kind of did VO. So would you say that having a knowledge of like, the ocean or anything like that, and then combining it with your knowledge, slowly applying, what you know now about VO, would you say that the transition was kind of like sort of a stumbling block, or did it just
Um,
kind of come naturally, would you say?
Thankfully, it came pretty naturally. I have a pretty imaginative mind
Yeah, that's what
disorder.
I was getting at, the
So,
imagination.
yeah, so
Imagination. Yeah.
imagination.
Imagination.
But
Yeah.
no, the transition wasn't really all that hard. Like I already there's this thing called maladaptive daydreaming, and I do it all the time where I imagine myself in specific scenarios, like I'm like how I would act in those scenes and everything, whether it's from like my favorite movies or just a random thought that comes into my head. And so I'm already weird. So transitioning in from marine biology into theater or any kind of like theatrical thing was really easy for me.
This is
Um,
really the right path for you when you say, I'm weird. Welcome to BO.
yeah, no, I'm a weirdo sometimes. Like I even
Yeah.
cringe at
In a
myself.
good way,
Oh,
just don't
yeah.
be stalking. I mean, do healthy stalking. Like that's kind of how I knew more about this
Me with
industry.
my
Like
celebrity crushes, Tom Holland. I'm just kidding. I don't stalk Tom Holland. If I for some miraculous reason I do work with Tom Holland and you see this, I was just joking. I don't stalk you. I do think you're a beautiful man, but I don't stalk you. Respect to you and Zendaya. Love you
oh,
both.
somebody's gonna take that out of context.
No, it's just a
Yeah.
joke. The camera's there.
Yeah, it's there. Now it's out to the world. So joke's on you.
Darn.
So yeah, but anyways, you were saying I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh no, you're okay. I kind of can't quite remember what I was saying, but
Yeah,
at
like
least
the transition into VOs, like yeah, stuff
yeah,
like that.
no, super duper easy for me. And then the people that I was hanging out with in the voiceover community, like they have just really helped me get involved into that side of things, and so it was pretty easy. And then also having marine biology knowledge, just having life experiences in general, like that aids you in your acting career as well. So I'm like, okay, at least I don't know when my marine biology knowledge will ever come into play, but it's in the back of my mind. So
I mean, hey, like I'm just still waiting for when my music knowledge, like I know that in a way VO is kind of sort of you can tie music into it because you get to
yeah,
know the characters, like the voice quality. Like I'm somebody that did piano for so long, and I'm just
oh
like,
wow,
okay, maybe fine tuning it a little bit so I kind of have a little bit of that knowledge when it comes to creating a character. So it kind of technically does come. It is coming in handy when I'm doing auditions and stuff. So yeah. But am I actually going to play a piano for a project? Who knows?
who knows? But you have that knowledge, and then that puts you one step ahead
Exactly.
of other
Yeah.
people.
Yeah. Yeah. But I'm speaking of friends and everything. So. so funny because I love you, Vikram. I literally just watched the interview that you did with Vic like months or so ago.
Yeah,
I don't
Vic is so
even,
sweet.
yeah, I don't know when you guys recorded it because I think his backlog is also insane. I mean, mine's is insane too, but I think when y'all were talking, it was like, oh wow, so you kind of also did like some fun facts, and it's so funny how when you were talking to Vic, I kind of have to ask this, because I know there's a lot of people that you also, really love that you started becoming friends with, but I mean, besides him, were there any others that you were kind of feeling like, oh my God, should I talk to them? I'm intimidated.
Oh, like specific people that like I admired and then like miraculously somehow became friends with them.
Became
Is that what
friends.
you're
Yeah. Like at first when
Yeah.
you were like, oh my gosh, I don't, I'm not worthy.
um I honestly in general I get nervous around people initially, but it wasn't that bad. I think what happened to me was is that I used to go to conventions and everything as a consumer, as a fan and everything, so I was a little bit like intimidated meeting voice actors there. And then once I started like doing more industry stuff, it kind of opened my eyes like, oh, okay, this we're just in the same field, that's all it is,
We're
they're just
just
people. Yeah.
weirdos in the
um
same, yeah.
yeah, it really opened my eyes to like, oh, okay, we're all just people, and stuff like that. Naturally, I do get nervous when I meet new people. I wouldn't expect to be friends with these people for sure. I never like, I don't plan it out and be like, oh, if I do this, he's going to become my friend. Oh, if I do this, she and I are going to go get brunch together next week. I don't plot it out like that. It's just I'm just as typical as it is, I'm just me, and then I just yap a little bit, and then whatever happens, happens. But I mean, I've never been nervous around them and been like, oh, I'm not worthy. But meeting people for the first time in general, I'm just like, I'm sweating bullets. I'm like, yeah. But no, everyone that I've met has been like super duper sweet too. Wouldn't expect to have those friendships at all. If you told me a few years ago, I'd be like, oh, you're lying to me. But I'm like, ah, girl, you're fine.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, like I said, you've done quite a bit of work because you're in that Alice show with Me Tunes, and you did Momocon, Brad's Genshin, Ranger Commends, whatever. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that we could probably talk about, but honestly, that would just be like, oh my gosh, if we were to talk like Genshin or Brad's, I think we probably would just be an episode in and of itself. Like, let's just be real. But I really wanted to highlight some of these roles of like, wow, okay, so getting to work on Genshin, and then at the same time, you're doing this, da 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 da. So, is it still kind of something that you're kind of like pinching yourself every time you're just like, oh my God, wow, I want brats. What?
It's the Bratz thing was definitely both Genshin and Bratz. I guess still pinch myself. Funny enough, with Genshin, this I promise this ties back into Genshin. I'm using my MacBook laptop right now to do this, and when I heard myself in Genshin for the first time, my controller accidentally slipped out of my hand because I was a bystander. I didn't know that I was coming up, and like I heard myself, I was like, "What the?" And then my controller flung out of my hand, so I'm using my busted MacBook right now, so I can see half of your face right now. The rest of it's white.
Oh my
So
gosh.
definitely still pinching myself on that one. Of that reaction of my busted MacBook isn't telling enough. But Bratz, it's crazy because I used to play one of the video games on the, oh, what do you call it? The GameCube when I was little.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was really, really little. I would dress up as Jade all the time in that game. Like, funny enough, I was more of a Jade girly than I was Yasmin, and I played Yasmin for a lot of their Bratz's promotional stuff on TikTok. So I'm not in any of the shows, but like on like their promotional stuff, usually 60-70% of the time it's me yapping as Yasmin over there. I did, oh gosh, I did the Mean Girls collab with Bratz because Mean Girls was having, I think it was like their 20th anniversary, and they collaborated
That's what
with
it was,
Bratz.
yeah.
Yeah, and so there was an advertisement that we had to record, and it was going to be playing in theaters all around the country and outside the country as well. So yeah, I went to go see that in theaters. I literally only got the ticket just to go see myself, and then I left after the ad was over because I was like, wow, because I've seen Mean Girls. I love Mean Girls. Um, sometimes I have a doll of the exact Yasmin that I voice specifically for that Mean Girls collab, and I tried looking for her in the toy stores and everything because every time I go to Target, I'm like, I'm gonna go find myself really quick. And then they recently took her off the shelf, and I'm like, dang it, dang it. Um, but that's surreal to me. And my little cousin, she is so cute. She called me around Christmas time. My aunt was calling me because she's too young to have a phone. She called me through my aunt's phone. I picked up. My aunt's like, "Hey, your little cousin wants to talk to you." I'm like, "Oh, okay. What's up?" And she starts telling me that she got the Yasmin that I voice. She got a doll of her for Christmas and everything, and she told her friends at school about me too. So I think that's super duper cute. Frats, I definitely continuously pinch myself about. I'm like, well,
That is that still is pretty wild. And I still remember that 20th anniversary collab. Um, so I guess you could say that we should just rename her Yasmin.
Yasmin. Yes, I agree.
Yeah, just I'm not apologizing for that one.
No, don't apologize.
Yeah, just I never apologize for being cringe.
Oh, that's not even cringe. Don't worry. If you and I hang out for 24 hours, I'll show you cringe. Oh, ah,
No, I'm so bad. I am just really just as bad. But speaking of that, so as you can kind of see behind me, I have a lot of Sonic avatars,
yeah.
and I'm just a big nerd at heart. So, yeah, let's talk about your fixations. I shouldn't even say favorite stuff. Let's just talk about your fixations. I know you're already excited, so go on. Yeah.
Which fixations do you want to talk about? I it's no secret that I love my fictional anime men and that I love Shadow the Hedgehog. You know what? Let's talk about Shadow.
Okay.
He's so
Yeah.
beautiful. Shadow the Hedgehog is so beautiful. Do you have
Okay.
any shadow on your wallpaper?
Let me see. If I scroll in, okay, so way over there is an autograph that I got of Jason for Sonic and Shadow over here.
Oh,
So yeah, I guess since we're on the topic of Shadow and Sonic, yeah, just talk about your history with the Blue Blur and your Shadow husbando.
yes, my baby.
Yeah,
It's
it's Shadow
funny.
Baby.
My baby. It's funny. Last night, my family and I were having movie night, and we had watched How to Train Your Dragon, the live action, and then Sonic Movie 3 was like recommended to play next, and I was like, "Oh, mom, we gotta watch Peak," and she's like,
Nope. Sit down. You're watching this with me.
no, I kept
Let's
waking
go.
her up. I was like, "Mom, do you want to see? Do you want to see Shadow fight Sonic? Mom, wake up!" Because she kept
No.
falling asleep during the movie. And I was like, "Mom, look, Maria and Shadow. She's drawing stuff on Shadow's little inhibitor tank or whatever the heck it is. Mom, do you see that?" And she's probably so fed up with me at this point. But I have loved Shadow since I was like 4 years old. It was back in my GameCube days. So not only was I playing the Bratz game, but I was playing the Shadow the Hedgehog video game. And the only reason why I got so invested in Sonic in the first place is because I was at, oh my gosh, back in the day it was called Hollywood Movie, and I believe they also had like video games there too. And I was walking down the aisles with my brother, and we stumbled because we would pick out a video game to play every so other week, and we stumbled upon Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games. I know nothing about Mario. I know nothing about Sonic. But I was like, oh my gosh, it looks like fun. So him and I started playing it, and I really took a liking to the Sonic characters. No shade on Mario or anything like that. I know there's a lot of die-hard Mario fans. But to me, the Sonic character stood out the most. And as a kid, I think I took the division between Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games very seriously. So I swore to never touch a Mario game. I swore to never touch a Mario character. I'm never touching any of them. If there's a Sonic character, I'll play that. But that was just my mind as a kid. I was like, I'm on Team Sonic. I'm not going to play on the Mario team. Are you kidding me? But and then I saw Shadow in the Olympic Games, so I was just like, "Oh, he's really cool." And then I begged my family to let me get the Shadow the Hedgehog video game. Um, And I remember my mom, she walked in on me playing it. And, I'm 4 or 5 years old and I'm playing this game. Shadow has a gun. And I'm running around like I accidentally taking like not even the pacifist route. I'm just killing everything. And then the final straw for my mom was when she walked into my room and she heard Shadow die. And he said, "Damn." And she was like, "You need to turn that off right now." And I'm like, "Wait, no, mom, please, please." And then she turned it off on me. But since then, I had like an obsession with Shadow the Hedgehog. Like, I had the family computer. It's the family computer. I had changed the wallpaper to Shadow the Hedgehog. And I know specifically which one it was. It had a black background and a red like streak in the back, and it was Shadow like on one knee with his fist down, like looking up. Like, I think you know what. Yeah, that one. So
Mhm.
that was the family wallpaper on the
Oh
family
my.
computer. Um, I was so invested in it. I love to do art, and so I was making like my own Sonic the Hedgehog comics on lined pieces of paper in elementary school, and I was so like proud of them. I would like leave them in the school library for people to read, but no one would read them because who's going to read lined paper? Like, I'd shove them between the books and everything, and I'd leave them be like, someone's going to want to read that soon. No one did. But yeah, that was my introduction to Sonic the Hedgehog, and ever since then, like, I've just been a die-hard Sonic fan. Been waiting for Son Amy to become canon for so long, and honestly, now I'm starting to see the appeal of Shad Amy. I think it's really cute. Yeah, I've been all up in this fandom for a while.
Okay, let me tell you my introduction to my history.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Okay, so I am really gonna date myself a lot, but so I did start playing like the classic original Genesis games way back in the day,
Mhm.
on actual hardware before we had these emulation stuff that you could just play on the computer. But yeah, because I'm just a physical old school gamer at heart. I mean, I still have I have a Nintendo Wii that I have sitting in a garage somewhere. I think I still have like a PlayStation 2. Yeah, just going way, way, way
Yeah,
back when.
collect
Yeah.
them, keep them, so that way
Yeah,
when you like have
collectibles.
kids of your
Yeah.
own and be like, look, this is what I played on. Okay, I got the
I
GameCube, the PSP. Y'all don't even
yeah.
know. Okay,
Yeah.
hold on to them.
So like Nintendo DS, I think I had like one of the remodel ones, but I'm pretty sure I had the original, like old DS that like came out in the 2000s, and
Oh
then it
wow.
switched to the 3DS. So I have a lot of game systems that I still, dabble every so often, but now it's all Switch stuff, baby. So most of the time I'm just kind of on Smash Bros. And all this other stuff, Pokemon. But anyways, back to Sonic. I'm really gonna say this right now. So this was back when and I think the it just celebrated its anniversary, the Dreamcast.
Mm.
And it was I had like those the CD-ROMs, remember those? Yeah, I had like those generator things where you play demos of like the Dreamcast games. So in it was I think it was Lara Croft, it was Rayman, and
Yeah.
yeah, so one of them was Sonic Adventure. And I popped it in. I was like, okay, Sonic Adventure, what is this? And then I just started playing it. I was Sonic, and then you go to the first stage at the beach, and I just kept replaying it over and over and over again. And I'm just like, oh, this is so awesome. Okay, I'm sorry, your demo, Charles. I'm like, so I was like, and from that moment on, I just started playing the classics. I remember I was so hyped for Unleashed back when it was new. Um, And then I played it recently, and I swear I cannot get past like I know a lot of people say they can't get past like Eggman Land, which is, but yeah, I think that's kind of like started my love for Sonic. And then around 2013 or 14 or so, that's when I really started going more into it. And I think it was a few people that, I mean, voice actors and people that are in the Sonic community. I just want to give a big shout out to Bellina Productions, Emmy Jones, and all these guys for really getting me into the series, their love, and just the fact that they're just not afraid to share like what they love, what they don't like about it. And I mean, when you have your favorite stuff, like of course there's going to be that one thing that's going to be like but I still love it. You know what? We've had Sonic has definitely. I'm not going to be like Sonic has had a rough transition into 3D, but Sonic has definitely had its ups and downs,
Yeah.
like with anything. But for the most part, I just still love this little hedgehog. As you can see behind me, I still do the Sonic convention, revel that they have here in California. And did you? I think you went to the symphony when it was here in LA.
I
Yeah, you
did, and I
did.
cried.
Yeah, I think I'd seen a video where you screamed for Shadow.
Oh, I was probably the most
Yeah.
annoying person in that room. And
You
like I look
no,
back at
yeah.
those videos and I'm like, dang girl, you need to shut up because every time Shadow popped
Dude,
up,
this
I was
is
like I was like, this is beautiful.
oh my gosh, my husband,
It's like,
baby!
that's
That's my
my
kid!
baby!
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I think for me, I just cried when the Emerald Hill theme from Sonic 2 played because
Yeah.
that was one of the very that was the video game that actually brought me to a lot of, friends that I know in the community, like Sonic 2, Sonic 3K, the original Genesis run, and the adventure games is what brought me to people like you and people like the previous guests that I've had on the show that are also hardcore Sonic fans. And
Yeah.
yeah, I'm just really happy that it Sonic just kind of brought us closer together in a way.
I agree. Oh gosh, I don't know how you feel about this particular Sonic game. I know it has like a lot of flack, but the soundtrack is
Uh-oh.
amazing. But
Uh-oh.
honestly, it's one of my favorite games. I know people are gonna come at me for it, but I love Sonic '06. I no,
At
Robert,
this
don't look at me like that. What do you
No, no, no,
mean?
no, dude. Like, I'm just saying, when people say Sonic 06, it's kind of like we're living in an age where it's like, oh, wait, the game is flawed, but I know there's some potential in it, and I'm glad people are warming up to it. But I think if you want the best experience, Project 06, just sub plug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember seeing the beginning development of that, and I want to play it so bad. For
I
me,
mean, you could,
Sonic '06
yeah,
was just amazing.
yeah.
Yeah, solely because I say that because in my childhood, I'm more so I don't associate like the story with like my fondness of the game, of the story of yeah, I don't really think about the story when I think of like how much I love the game. I think
Yeah.
of the soundtrack and I think of the versus mode that you can do with your friends and everything. Because me and my brother, we would sit down, and of course, I'm playing Shadow, and you could either work together or you could race against each other. And my brother and I, we wouldn't even like complete the race. We would just run around on the maps and everything, doing stupid stuff. And the game was so glitchy. It's I forget
Yeah.
what map it is, but you're like on an island and everything, and there's like this giant gate that's specifically cut off, and it's designed
Ooh,
not for you to go through it. Like,
ooh.
and so
I
I was
think I
standing
know
in
what you're
front.
talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was standing in front of it. My brother, he loves Silver the Hedgehog, so and I was like,
Oh,
"Hey, Noah,
man.
can you try
Yeah.
throwing me?" Oh, no, it was an accident. He threw me against the gate, and I glitched through, and I started. There was like a vast ocean on the other side. You go through this cave. I start bouncing through the cave, like I'm not touching the controller because I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so funny. So it's Shadow basically like T posing, bouncing on the off of the cave. Then once you get out of the cave, you're bouncing on an open ocean. And then as long as you don't touch the controller, you can end up on a whole separate map and island that is not supposed to be accessible. And I just chill there. I'd be like, yay! Like my brother and I would do it all the time since we found that out. And my brother, he'd just be like, well, I got no way of getting over there because your friend has to be silver in order to throw you over there. And so I don't know. I just associate the fond memories with my brother. That's why I love the game so much.
Yeah. I mean, trust me. That's why when I play Sonic games, like I know that the storytelling, like especially now with, I think Ian Flynn is starting to write the stories. And for those that know Ian, he was at Archie and IDW as like one of the head writers. So the fact that he got to write for John Reeves in one of the DLC for the Shadow Generations is like,
Yeah.
wow. And just the fact that even Kanyu even voiced him in the video game is like unbelievable. But yeah, going back to '06, I think my earliest memory with the game was, I mean, I've heard horror stories and how bad it was, and I would just watch this one review, this 3 hour long review by Clement, I think that was his name, and he just did like a review talking about everything that's wrong with it, but he also did talk about some good stuff though. Um, but I think this one part that kind of gets me still is okay. I watched my cousin, my nephew play the game when he had an Xbox, and he was enjoying it. Like, don't get me wrong, he actually still thinks that the game is not really that bad, but this one section just still absolutely
Oh my
okay.
gosh, let's hear it.
It's the section where you have to do this ball puzzle with silver in the desert. It's a
Oh
maze where you have
yeah.
to, yeah. So, oh my God, just. I'm pretty sure they fixed it in the Project 06, as far as I can tell, but dude, that one, I mean, the part where you have to go through multiple, but this one section where you have to go through that maze, and then you have to push this one giant ball down, just misery, absolute misery.
Hmm.
And also the mock speed sections where Sonic is like, darn, we're not gonna make it, let's speed up. And then it's like, that's my terrible Jason, but
I don't think it's
then you
terrible. I thought that was really good.
yeah, but in the game, it's like it's really interesting how I mean I'll just talk about Jason in a little bit, but yeah, you have to go through the you have to speed through these levels, but then you have to also dodge all these enemies and stuff. But since the controls are kind of weird, you go into a section where like you'll just kind of crash out in like at a rock or something. Because of the glitches, but I don't know. I know that people find those frustrating, but I don't know. When you actually play the game, it's especially when you watch your friends play it, it's so oh, it is a great time. It really is.
Hmm.
But it's like I don't really think '06 is a game that's like terrible. It's a game where you can appreciate it despite the fact that at the end of the day, it like a lot of the other games in the series, I'm noticing with the track record how they would just rush it towards the holiday season. And that was especially the case with '06 and Sonic. Well,
Yeah.
yeah. But
Yeah.
'06, I still really do like the game. I don't think it's one of the worst Sonic games, but I think it is a game where you have a bunch of friends on a game night, just have yourself a good old time in the
Yeah.
weirdest way possible. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna have to make we'll just have to rejoin this meeting because I think this concludes part one, but yeah,
Yes.
we're talking about Sonic and I just realized I'm wearing so what are the but it's Stitch. It's
What?
not even Sonic. I
It's
just have like
okay.
this Disneyland shirt because I was in a. I love Stitch. He's one of my favorite Disney characters, so why not? But I still got
Well.
Sonic behind me, so that's a consolation. So
Hmm.
I'll see you all in part two, and yeah, see you in a bit.
See you in a bit.
Watch us ramble. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're ready. We're ready. Okay.
We're back.
We are back. We are so back, fam. So yeah, I think I mentioned Jason Griffith, and I showed you his signature. So I think another part of my Sonic introduction was it was Sonic Adventure, and I played the Sonic games on the Game Boy Advance. Yeah, remember
Mm.
those? So that was when I listened to Ryan Drummond for the first time, and he was kind of like the first major video game Sonic actor. And then it changed to Jason Griffith, and I remember listening to his lines in '06 and Unleashed, and I was like, what? Oh, okay, it sounds different. And then I to Sonic Colors, and I heard Roger, and I'm like, what just happened? Yeah, and now it's just kind of like, okay, wow, it's been going on for quite a long time because now we have Ryan, and then you have Jason, and then you have Roger, and then who is it, Devin Mack, I think for Sonic Prime, and now we have Ben
Yeah.
Schwartz. So many different actors, and it's kind of
Huh.
really crazy. And even before that, we had Jaleel White. Martin, I think was his name. So yeah, there's so many different Sonic voice actors, and each of them did bring their own flair to it.
Oh
I think
yeah.
whenever I
Each
do
of them did
Sonic,
great.
yeah, whenever I do my version of Sonic, I always think back to like it's sitting in the fine place between like Ryan, Jason, and Ben in a way, where Sonic is kind of like this a hero who is very much he just enjoys life to the fullest, doesn't back down to any, threats like Eggman or anybody that's tried to steal his peace and joy, which is something that I feel is very relevant even to now. And I really think that Sonic really is such an inspirational just icon even to this day. And for Shadow, because I know that we're kind of just it's a Shadow episode, so why not? Because you had like because when I first listened to Shadow, it was David, and then of course you got Jason over here. Kirk, Kanyu, so many different shadow actors. And I'm pretty sure Vikram asked you this too, but who would you say, like when it comes to Shadow or just any of the characters in general, but just specifically him, what is it about Shadow, whether it's the writing, voice performances, or just different media? What was it about him that just really seemed to like, you know, really strike a chord with you? What is it? Because I really gotta know. Like, just what do you see Shadow from your perspective? I, I'm
That's
just
so
curious.
hard.
Yeah.
That's so hard because it's like I don't want to give a basic answer because this is my
Yeah,
baby
you
we're
just
talking
can't.
about.
You can't. Yeah.
I love him so much. Like I have my jewelry box right here, and my
Uh,
friend made me a bracelet, and it says Shadow on it. I
oh
don't know if
my
you could see it,
God.
but I
Wow.
love him.
Yeah.
I have like my Shadow plushie. He's in the corner, like all the way back there. You can't really see him, but I guess
Yeah.
for this
I
question, I should grab him. Let me grab him.
yeah. Okay. Meanwhile, let me just grab this.
Okay.
Nice. And over here, I just have this Knuckles Jack specific that I actually had signed by Scott, like one of the Knuckles VAs. So
Oh,
this one is
nice.
pretty. Yeah, but not here though. It's somewhere I have signature, but yeah. Emotional support bear.
This is
Yes.
my baby. He smells like strawberries. And when you squeeze him, where is
Nice.
it? Where is it? Come on, Keanu. I don't know if you could hear that.
Nah.
Okay. Well, he's saying this ends now. But
Yeah, okay. I gotta do this. Well, I guess it's true. Shadow really does love Latinas.
yes! Oh my gosh, whoever started that, bless your soul. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. I've never felt happier in my life. Um what drew me to Shadow? Well, initially when I was a kid, like I just really liked his character design. I don't know what it is with me and like characters with black and red color schemes. I think that color suits so well. It's beautiful on the eyes. But you know, as a kid, that's all I could really think about. And then also, I think I really liked how deep his voice was. I think that was the first time I ever was like introduced to someone with like a deep edge voice with like texture to it. I was like, oh, what the heck? It's like, oh, he just really stands
Yeah.
out from the rest. Like he seems so broody. I'm like, what's up with this guy? But I adore him, oddly enough. Um, but over time, as I started playing these games more and more and seeing all these variations of Shadow and everything, and each actor taking like their own spin on him, he really just is like a guy who's struggling.
Yeah.
And my heart just like the Sonic 3 movie, I think did him amazing justice. Like I love the way Keanu played him. If you've noticed with each Shadow the Hedgehog actor, they all have like some kind of like different variation with him. Um, he's not just like this steely guy or anything, and Keanu plays him as like I think he brought out some of his best moments. Plays him as like clearly you have a soft spot for him. He's being misled. Um, all he knows is revenge and stuff like that. And in Shadow the Hedgehog, like all of his memories are kind of all and everything. You just feel bad for the guy, and I think I just felt really, really bad because a tragedy it's so easy for a tragedy to turn you into something mean and malicious, and it was kind of doing that to him, and I was like, oh, the poor guy. And you just want to for me, I just want to hold him. I just want to hold him and tell him it's going to be okay. Like let me just go get him ice cream or something like that. Yeah, it's just yeah, I love him. He's just he can be a little bit misunderstood like at a surface level, but once you really go into depth about him, he's just he's just trying. He's just trying. He's my
Yeah.
baby.
Because I remember just when I was watching the commercials for Sonic Adventure 2 way back when it was so you want to be the hero or do you want to be the villain? And I'm just like, oh, wait a minute, you get to choose? Okay. But then I was like, okay, let me just do Shadow, but no, you gotta play Sonic. So just do the hero stuff and then the villain and then the last story. I'm just like, okay, I'm just gonna say this right now. The ending of Sonic Adventure 2, I still think is one of the most emotional that I've ever gotten in a Sonic game. And it probably would have been like, I know that Shadow returned, but I think when you first play the game, it's just kind of like, oh, wow, he just fulfilled his promise and he he sacrificed himself, you know? I feel like it's probably going to be my hot take. I really think, I mean, I really do love Shadow and, how he still strikes a chord with so many people. I really think the emotional impact that it had in SA2 would have been a lot stronger if, I hate to say this, if he was a one-off character. I'm sorry, but
I
it's
knew you were
just,
gonna say that. How dare you
yeah.
say it? Don't listen to him. Don't listen to
Yeah,
him.
I,
Don't
I
listen.
once again, I still do love Shadow, but like, yeah, I don't want to say that like, oh, he should never appear again, but I think the emotional impact would have been like, man,
Yeah.
like he sacrificed his life, but then you have Shadow, a Shadow androids. Yeah, and then
Hmm.
all that stuff, and it's just kind of like, oh, okay, I guess let's do this.
I definitely understand, even though I'm a Shadow lover and I would never ever want to see him go out like that. I hear you on that. It would definitely make it a lot more impactful, and that's just another testament of like how good of a character Shadow is. Even though he comes off as like this steely, like one track mind kind of character, he was very selfless in the end.
Exactly,
He
yeah.
has a
So I
heart in there. He's just he's like an onion. He has layers, and that's what I love about him.
Yes, onion. They have layers. Shrek.
Hmm.
Freaking yeah.
I love him.
Yeah. I mean, like, I know that people are just gonna be like, I wish Shadow would just appear one. No, I genuinely really do love Shadow. It's just based on the story and what they were trying to do in SA2. It's like, yeah, that really does work. And then you have the androids in there, and I think it kind of lessened it a little bit, but
Hmm.
I mean, at least from the storytelling perspective, like, I still really do think that he's a great character,
Oh
just
yeah.
being utilized in a lot of different stuff and media. And I'm just really glad that he finally has his own time in the spotlight after, like, what, since 2000,
I
with his
love
own
that guy
game?
so much. I think okay, so I loved Shadow as like a character for like a long time. And then you know how you like develop like fictional crushes and stuff like that. Okay, listen, it's no secret. I have a crush on Shadow the Hedgehog. Okay, it really started to hit me when I played Sonic in the Black Knight when he was Sir Lancelot. Like I remember I picked up the game and I saw him and I was just like, it's like what? I'm like,
It's
Mom,
over.
why am I feeling
It's
this way?
no, it's over. When you saw Lancelot Shadow,
It
it's
was
like, oh
over.
no, it's over for me. No, I'm just gonna be the most obnoxious. Okay, Mom, Dad, I'm sorry, but I'm just gonna be the most annoying kid in on this entire planet. Like, nope, you're just gonna have to put up with me forever.
Mm-hmm. No,
Yeah.
for real. And then ever since then, it's because of him that I love black and red characters. I love Boot Hill. I
I knew you were
love
gonna say
yes, any character. Doma from Demon Slayer, he wears black and red. He just all this guy right here altered my brain chemistry when I was like 4 or 5 years old. And any character that's edgy that has like layers, as many layers as an onion, they wear black and red. Oh, I'm sold. I don't. I'm not. I'm sold. Just in Genshin Impact, Risley from Genshin Impact, and then just recently, if I'm not mistaken, they released. They didn't release him, but they showed a new character in a cutscene. I don't know his name, but he wears black and red, and I was just like literally anything black and red. I'm just like, I love him. I love him. I don't know anything about him, but I love him. That's enough to sell me at this point.
yeah. Any character who's black and red. Let me guess. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
Harley Quinn. I just
I
gotta.
do like Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn is very, very cute. I love her.
Yeah, and also, okay, and when you mentioned on the subject of red and black characters, okay, the first thing that kind of immediately popped to mind was the Hex Girls from the Scooby Doo. Yes, yes,
They're queens. They're all queens.
yeah. I'm
Oh
just
my
like when you say
gosh.
black and red, I just immediately thought of the Hex Girls.
No. Do you remember here? I'm going to pull it up right now. Do you remember a
Yes,
show called Shaolin Showdown?
Shaolin. Oh, it was on Kiss
Yeah.
WB. I've seen. Yeah, I
Yeah.
know who you're talking about. Yep.
Okay. Do you remember Jack Spicer?
Let
I
me
had a
see.
crush on
Show
him
me
when
a
I was a
picture.
kid,
Okay, show me
and
a
it
picture. It
doesn't
has been a
help.
minute.
And it doesn't help because he's wearing black and red.
Ye-
when I was a kid, I had a fat crush on Jack Spicer. Like he's adorable.
Oh my
Love that
goodness.
fellow. I love him.
Oh, and he's okay. So he's voiced by one of my favorite voice actors,
Oh
Danny
really?
Cooksey. I'm sorry.
He does a really good job too. Like I was listening to some of the voice lines, so funny. Oh, I love the comedic timing.
Yeah, he is just so good. Also has a phenomenal all-star cast. Like, serious. Okay, this kind of brings to mind, I'm just gonna get to it in just a little bit, but it does segue to okay, I keep doing this. Over here, it's like this puzzle piece that I had signed. It's for SpongeBob, and I had it signed by Tom Kenny himself.
Oh,
And I
nice.
also had a book signed by Rob Paulson, who is also just everywhere, also one of my all-time faves. And oh, you
Who
know,
does he
Rob.
who does he voice again?
Okay, so he's in Ninja Turtles. He voices Carl from Jimmy Neutron,
Oh, I don't know
uh,
why I was thinking
Animaniacs.
who's the actor that does Hellboy, like the live action?
Oh, Ron Perlman.
Ron Perlman. Okay, thank you. I got it
Yeah,
wrong. I was like,
and also Slade from Teen Titans. Just oh my God. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah, like Ron is phenomenal. But no, Tom and Rob Paulson. I mean they kind of do sound similar, so I don't blame you. So I was at a convention called NostalgiaCon in Anaheim, and this is right after a tragedy had happened in my family. So I just was like, yeah, yeah. So plans just kind of changed at the last second, but my mom was like, okay, you know what? Let's just do this for one day, stay at a hotel, and just, we need some time to ourselves. So what we did was we met Tom. I had to wait in line for over an hour. My mom had to convince me, like, no, you wanted to meet this dude, so you're just gonna stay in line. We came all this way to meet him because he was gonna be at another convention, but he got sick. So we were just like, oh, we're definitely not missing this. So I stood in line for Tom, just the sweetest guy. Stood in line for Rob Paulson, also the sweetest guy. And they were the highlights of a really difficult time because, yeah, that was like back in June when everything just kind of went completely chaotic around that time. So
yeah,
I just really am grateful that that story is just an example of like, look, Shadow the Hedgehog is kind of like, he is kind of your spirit animal. I have so many of my own kind of characters or just people in my life that really helped me through hard times. And I'm just really grateful. It's just having gratitude that's pretty much what's gonna sustain for a very long time.
yeah. No, I feel you on that. Shadow the Hedgehog is definitely a spirit animal for me too. When the Sonic the Hedgehog 3 movie came out,
Yeah.
it tackled like a lot of like the process of grief and not letting it turn you into a bad
Oh
person.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh, because I had gone through a tragedy as well a few
Oh
months
yeah.
prior to that. And so
Yeah.
watching that, I was just like, gosh, this made me love Shadow even more.
For
Made me
real.
even more.
Yeah.
So I
Okay.
totally get you on that.
Oh my God. Yeah, my condolences once again. I
It's okay.
Yeah. I mean, like, yeah, like I said, when I had a tragedy, it was like when I went to that convention, that really did lift my spirits up because it was
Oh,
just
good.
unbelievable. But yeah, it just really goes to show you that like you just never know like what this some silly dumb thing will just end up saving your life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And please don't please don't kill me when I say this, but I saw the
Let's
first two Sonic movies. I still haven't seen three.
Robert, you need to change that.
I
You need to
know,
change
yeah.
that.
Yeah, I saw the first two and then I was looking at three and I'm like, oh, this looks fine. Oh no, holiday season. I got really busy. And then I was like, okay, maybe I'll go into theater and see it. And then it got pulled out. No. Okay.
Oh my gosh, that I'm so sorry. All right, you know what? Your homework, you have to finish it
But
by
it
the
is
end
on
of.
streaming services, so I'll probably check it out. Yeah. So now I don't have an excuse. Yeah.
My birthday is next month, October 8th.
Hey,
Happy
mine's on
birthday.
the 25th.
Hey, October babies.
No,
Your
like
homework.
September 25th.
Oh,
Yeah.
September 25th. Oh,
Yeah. And I'm
that's
actually
next
gonna
week.
be
No, that's 2 weeks ahead.
no, 2 weeks. Yeah,
2
and you
weeks.
know
Yeah.
what I'm gonna do to celebrate that time? Also a
Sonic
bit of
movie 3.
yeah, Sonic Movie 3, also LA Comic Con. That's how I'm gonna be
Oh,
celebrating.
nice. I might be going to LA Comic Con. I'm not too sure yet.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's one of those cons where it's like, oh, if there's like an early bird thing going on, you gotta get on that as soon as you can because
Yeah.
oof, prices, man. I'm just lucky that we got
Oh
the
no.
weekend one. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just lucky I got the weekend pass because I was like, because mom and I we were looking over the tickets and we were just gonna go Saturday, but then I was like, it's on my birthday, and we were just like, okay, that's what we're doing for your, that's how we're gonna celebrate your birthday weekend.
Oh.
Because usually when I do Comic Con, it's usually falls on somebody else's birthday, like my family or just somebody else, and that's why I just only could go one day.
Yeah.
And I think a few times they had it in December because, COVID.
Yeah.
But I think they changed it back to September, October, which works perfectly. And it works perfectly for my, thing for a change. So yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I'm doing. Yeah,
Oh, well,
just as a
happy
little
early
quick.
birthday.
Yeah, thank you. So yeah, Sonic 3, LA Comic Con. I think we
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Watching Sonic
Yeah.
Movie 3 will be your birthday present to me a few weeks after your birthday. So I will
Yeah.
be expecting review on my table before my
No,
birthday.
yeah, you just if you can, just email or just text or just stalk me being like, did you
Did you
see the
watch it?
movie 3? Did you
Did you
watch it?
watch it?
Did
Watch
you
it.
watch it? Yes. You'll just be like the crazy cat lady that's just kind of like,
I'm gonna be the crazy cat lady that just has Shadow the Hedgehog everything in her room, in her home.
exactly. Yeah, it just starts stalking me being like, did you watch it?
Watch the peak cinema
Did you
movies.
watch my precious?
Did you watch my pretty?
Yes,
Watch
friggin' Gollum, man.
it.
But yeah, something else that I wanted to talk about. Oh yeah, so the reason why that just been really productive is because, look, I've done episodes on this already, but Solomon Shrine, check it out soon. It's yeah, and I think on the subject of like voice actor friends and stuff like that, because I think you did a meetup, and it's so funny because I very much remember Sean Chiplock was at that meetup, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken. And okay, he's actually gonna be voicing the main character for my series, which
Oh,
not
how
ex- I
fun.
did not expect it like in a million years, but yeah, it'd be nice to have like Rivali from Breath of the Wild just, play the main lead. And I'll probably share some stuff like in a little bit once after we wrap this up. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Like any last bit of anything to close us out on since we kind of rambled for like an hour.
Hmm. Recently, I've been seeing a lot of my friends face a lot of burnout and wondering if this career
My
choice is for
God,
them.
yeah,
And so I have been feeling a lot of that, especially after my wisdom teeth surgery and everything, because I had to recover from the jaw stuff and everything.
yeah.
And so getting back into the swing of things has been pretty difficult. I'm not going to lie. However, I think it's really, really important. My advice to you, to anybody here who wants to get into voiceover and you're battling burnout, it's okay. You know, you're human. You're going to face burnout. It's natural to be hard on yourself sometimes, but don't be too hard on yourself. You can allow yourself to feel the emotions that you feel. Just be. You have to pick yourself up at some point. Doesn't matter whether it's in your career or something like that. You got to pick yourself up at some point. And my advice to you to help you would be, I just started doing this recently. It is kind of difficult. It's kind of demands the same discipline as working out, but I think
Working out
romanticizing
is
your
really
life,
great.
yeah, it's really good
Yeah,
for you. Yes, yes.
yeah.
But start romanticizing your life, taking care of yourself before your career and other people. The more you romanticize yourself and live your life like it's a movie, you're because it is your life is basically your movie and it's what you're going to make of it, and start getting up whatever time that you think benefits you. Do the extra things that make you feel good, be the main character of your life. That's what I mean by romanticizing your life. Go these extra miles to feel good, and your mind will feel clear enough to guide you towards what next step that you need to take. um, Start with yourself, focus on yourself, feel good about yourself. um, it's not going to be a straight line. It'll waver and everything, but that's to be expected. That's life. Life wouldn't be called life if it was easy. But my biggest advice is to you is to romanticize your life. Be the main character of your life. You know, this is about you. Be kind to other people, of course, but um, don't be afraid to take care of yourself too. You know, yeah, that's my
Hey,
big advice.
man. Yeah,
Of
thanks so much. Um,
course.
and feel free to share your stuff like socials, projects, just
Yeah.
plug if you
I'm
can.
gonna plug myself in. Um,
Yeah,
why did I blank out? I blanked out. I was like, wait, what are my socials? Okay, so
for
my name's
real.
Brenna for real. And hi, my name's Brenna Thornton. You guys can find me on. I'm mostly active on Instagram. You can find me at brennathornton.official. Um, it's BrennaThornton. I know a lot of people will put like THORTON. Just think of a thorn that weighs a ton. Thorn ton. So I'm over there. And then you can also find me on Twitter. It's just my name backwards. It's Thornton Brenna. And then I started doing streaming. So you can also find me on Twitch at Brenna Thornton. So yeah.
Just so you know, she's not related to Kirk Thornton.
No, I've gotten that so many times. People are like, "Oh, are you related?" I'm like, "No, I'm not." Funny enough, my friend went to a convention, and I said, "Like, oh my gosh, can you like say hi to Kirk Thornton for me? Because I would love to work with Kirk Thornton." And I just think it's cool that the Shadow the Hedgehog voice actor has the same last name as me. I'm just like, oh. And he said, like, oh, my friend Brenna is my friend said to Kirk, oh, my friend Brenna, she's a voice actor, and funny enough, she loves Shadow, and her last name is also Thornton. And Kirk told my friend, he's like, oh, maybe we're related somehow. And I'm like, I don't know. It'd be crazy if we were, but I really don't think we are. But it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah, there's so many great stories I met of voice actors. Like Jason was really nice, and same with Ryan Drummond, and so many like Lisa Ortiz was just fabulous. And I know there's many more, but I think my personal favorite one was meeting Charles Martinet, who was Super Mario for so long, and just getting to be, yeah, just doing the Wahoo pose and yeah,
Mm-hmm.
just talking about the movie that just came out a few years ago. And now I'm just so excited that they're doing like another one that they just recently announced, the Galaxy, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, that's coming.
Yeah, that's gonna be pretty dope.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we'll get to hear more like Jack Black, Chris Pratt, Charlie, yeah, all these guys that we kind of came to that we sort of started it just kind of started growing on me, you know? Like it's just
Yeah,
kind of like, oh my gosh, wow, that is like unbelievable with the cast, but it's like it works.
it does
Somehow they made
totally
it work.
work.
Yeah.
Yeah, that movie's. I know I said that I have like my that I'm divided between Sonic
Mario
and
and Sonic,
Mario,
yeah.
but I did go see the Mario movie. I do play Mario Kart. I do play. I,
I mean, yeah,
yeah,
it's unavoidable at this
yeah, it's
point, really.
unavoidable. But I'm a diehard Sonic fan. So, but yeah,
For
that
sure.
movie is super good, and I'm actually looking forward to the Galaxy movie. I'm excited.
Yeah. Any last words that you want to say?
No, I think that's it. I just hope you, Robert, have a great day, and everybody else who's watching has an awesome day too. Enjoy your weekend, or whenever this is going to be posted.
Yeah, whatever. Just
Whenever.
don't quote me on that. But, anyways, thank you for watching. Stick around next time on Station Square. And until next time, stay lovely, stay awesome, and God bless every one of you. And He loves you
Yes,
very
yes,
much.
yes, yes.
Bye bye.
Bye.